And we're quickly running out of show here, and you've got music news. What do you got?
We got some music news. You know, everything's going digital and stuff these days. Tuesday, Apple announced the Beatles will now be available on iTunes.
Huge.
All 13 albums are now available on the iTunes Store. On just the first day of sales, the Beatles had 24 songs ranked in the top 200 sales of single songs.
Yeah, you know why? Because Yoko and Paul McCartney ran out of stuff that was in the can to release at Christmas time, so they decided that, well, why not put the stuff... These guys are filthy beyond disgusting rich.
Yeah, and they're only going to get richer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also,
McCartney's Christmas stuff is not that good. I'm sorry.
He's simply having a wonderful Christmas day.
That's a horrible song.
You want to know what? Paul McCartney's solo stuff was terrible. And really, I got to be honest, I think John Lennon's was too. The catalyst was obviously them together, which is brilliant. The stuff that they did was brilliant. By the same token, how would you like to be them and always be measured against that? It'd have to be tough.
I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I would just go, enjoy my big pile of money.
Yeah, and it's just getting bigger. These guys are rich.
Also, music news. Florida Governor, who's on his way out because he has been voted out, Chris Christ is pushing to let Jim Morrison, I forgot his name, Jim Morrison of The Doors, he is going to drop all the charges from the whole incident in 1969 where he exposed himself.
The Miami concert.
And what they're saying is, he never actually did expose himself. It's been,
So they're going to clear his name, clear the good name of Jim Morrison.
They're saying they're going to clear the name of Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison was fighting the charges in 1971 when he was found
dead in Paris.
Yes, dead in Paris. Yeah. And so that whole controversy is going on in Florida. What do you think?
Once again,
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't
How
matter,
how does he serve his sentence if you find him?
Yeah,
exactly. I hope they clear his good name, and Jim Morrison really cared about his name. I think so. I think the whole thing was it was an interesting time. It was a really interesting time in the country. Very interesting time for music. I believe the late '60s, early '70s were the Renaissance time of music, and there was a lot of conservative values that were really tested at that time.
The last music news story, back to this whole, sort of digital thing. We've talked about Guitar Hero video games and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen this commercial. The Black Ops video game,
yes,
Call of Duty video game. Have you noticed that there is Rolling Stones songs in...
I did not.
One of them has Give Me Shelter in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as the background for the video game. The Rolling Stones realized that on iTunes, that song, the sales of that song just skyrocketed after they started using it in the commercial. So they're working with Black Ops to come out with more commercials and other video games to come out with more commercials that will play their songs in the commercials because
marketing is everything.
Marketing's everything, and from that commercial, I guess they've sold just tons and tons of copies of Give Me Shelter.
Who was just recently? Within the last couple months, you did a story on somebody who was releasing their album on like Rock Band or something like that.
Yeah, it was Soundgarden.
Soundgarden
was coming up. They reunited and came out with a new album and stuff, and they released it side by side with Rock Band, where it was the day of the release. It came out on Rock Band.
Yeah, and it's funny because the power of that video game is amazing. We sell a book in the store, a Rock Band book that's really just the songs from it, and there's
how
been
to really play it and not just play buttons.
No, it's not like a cheat book.
No,
it's actually the songs
that's what I mean.
from
How to really play
the
the song.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting the interest that's created with younger kids.
Yeah, and a lot of kids, come into the store because they want to be like they are in Rock Band.
It's nice to know that the Stones are going to be able to make a couple dollars too. Talk about another band that really needs to make some money.
They're having a rough
Mick
time.
and Keith are just.
They think caviar is a junk food. It's terrible.
we gotta go, but I gotta just say this really quick. There's a Stones documentary called 25 times 5, and it's one of the funniest things in the entire world. It was done in the 80s when the Stones, it was their 25th anniversary, and Charlie Watts, the drummer, is just a miserable, miserable man. He doesn't like going on tour. I don't think he's really crazy about Mick and Keith anyways. And they asked, he's very English, very old English. He raises horses. He races horses, stuff like that. And they ask him in the documentary, are you looking forward to it? And he's like, no, I hate this. I was like, God. And then they said, why do you do it? And he said, honestly, I can't think of another way to make this much money in this short amount of time.
Well, there you go.
I mean, so there you go. These guys are filthy rich. Once again, folks, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving from everyone here at the Heard It on the X radio show. On behalf of the lovely Kim Marie, Matt, the doctor, and myself, happy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot. Watch some football, and
stop by the Music Exchange and start a brawl.
Yeah, because we're having Black Friday all week. Once again, folks, if you heard it on the X. I heard it.